Welcome back. Well, during the break, I brought up the fact that I was going to be going to Florida in 12 days for a trip with some friends, and Emily was like, well, that's better than talking about the same old here because there isn't really much else to go on here. It's
not
nice
really.
weather. I mean, we can't complain. Let's be honest. We can't complain
really
about
can't.
how nice it is and how enjoyable it is to be outside, especially in February.
Yeah, it's hard to complain, and it's one of those things like I wish we had a little bit more snow, of course, but I wish we had a little more winter, but like you really can't get mad at sunny and 40 and 50 degree weather. Like you really can't hold a grudge against something like that. And as we go into this week, not necessarily going to be as sunny as what we saw this past weekend, but we're still going to be seeing those warm temperatures, especially as we get later on into the week and even into that following week. We could be really seeing some temperatures really driving up there. Temperatures in the 20s now. We're going to be falling into the upper teens throughout the evening and into early tomorrow morning. Waseca, Owatonna, both at 19 degrees currently. We're sitting at 21 in Mankato, same in New Ulm, Redwood Falls, 25 in Marshall and in Worthington as well. Like I mentioned, those temperatures falling into the teens tonight, and then we likely won't be seeing the teens overnight again for quite a couple of days. Today we had highs in the upper 30s, a couple of places in the 40s already, and as we go into tomorrow, we are expecting a couple of places to make a run for the 50s. Tomorrow, not so much, not quite a lot of those 50-degree temperatures likely going to be making it onto the board, but as we get later on into the week, just about every day we're seeing that temperature go up a couple more degrees. So by Wednesday, Thursday, we could see a couple of places reaching that 50-degree point, and if we don't see it this week, we'll likely see it that upcoming week. Wind speeds are fairly calm now across most of the area. We saw very gusty conditions yesterday. That was creating some areas of blowing snow, which of course then melted and refreezed onto the road. So there are still a couple of slick spots out there, especially on those more back roads, parking lots, sidewalks, things like that. So important to look out for that. But with the wind back to around normal, very calm, we're not going to have to worry about that blowing snow quite as much in the next couple of days. We do have this ridge moving in, and it's going to be bringing us a lot of cloud coverage, but it's also bringing us that drier weather in general. We're not really looking at any major precipitation events this week, but we could see a few sprinkles here and there as the system continues to scooch into our area. We'll likely see maybe a few sprinkles at some point this week, but we're not really looking at anything that's going to be majorly impactful to anyone. But that being said, might be worth just throwing a rain poncho or an umbrella in your car or purse just to have it in case that rain does decide to show up right on top of where you are in that exact moment. Tonight, we're dropping into the teens, 19 for that low tomorrow morning. Partly cloudy conditions out there. That cloud coverage will continue to increase overnight and into tomorrow. Mostly cloudy conditions. 41 though as we continue through that warming trend over the next couple of days. Winds still out of the northwest, so it might feel a little bit colder out there, especially when we don't have that sunshine as intense as what we had this past weekend. Wednesday is the day that I'm keeping my eye on for the highest chance of some showers here and there, but even that likely will just be a handful of sprinkles across the region. Most of us probably going to be remaining dry this week, but a couple of sprinkles here and there wouldn't be surprising. And then I guess looking ahead to that following week, we could be going into a little bit more active period of weather, so maybe be a little bit more interesting, but this week can't really complain.
Can't complain at all. We got sports after the break right here on KUIC News Now at 10.